It seems like it's been 40 weeks since you got 40 winks. Your back pain? Unbearable. Tossing, turning, trying to find that pain-free position. And that's the moment you realize you can't spend another waking moment putting off treatment.
The Joint and Spine Center is Cincinnati's leading destination for spine care, with a ton of surgical and non-surgical treatments for back pain. So when a moment has the power to change the rest of your life, go to the one place with the power to change it for the better, the Christ Hospital Health Network. This changes everything.
The Pound This podcast is brought to you by the Christ Hospital Health Network. This is the Pound This podcast, episode 637, Shay's Weight Loss Journey Weekly Updates.
I want to lose weight, but I don't know how to get started. What should I meal prep every week?
How do I get those sweet booty gains?
Inspiration for your healthy lifestyle. The Pound This podcast with Amanda Valentine.
Thank you so much for listening to the Pound This podcast. I'm Amanda Valentine. Shay's back. What's up?
Hey, girl.
How you doing?
You know, I'm doing good. How about you?
I am doing good. I've been enjoying, we have a conversation before we start recording and watching Sebastian in the background, your cat.
Oh, yeah.
And you just made a post about his weight loss journey. How many pounds down is Sebastian?
I have not weighed him recently, but the last time I weighed him, he was down 5 pounds.
Oh, dang. And
dude, I know. That's almost a whole cat.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you're talking about like, in just like from human ratio to cat ratio, like that is losing a lot of weight for a cat.
I know. He hates me for it, but he might live longer.
Oh, you gotta make sure that ticker's doing okay.
Forever. He can't get diabetes.
Well, he looks like he's having a good time, you know, napping and pole dancing. Yeah, I just watched him pole dance on the cat tree, so he's moving it.
It's a problem, but I love him anyway.
So before we get into how your past week has been, I'm doing a giveaway right now. I want to do a reminder for which I will announce the winner on this podcast on March 1st? Hold on. Stand by. Oh, that just reminds me I messed up too of a podcast. That's a whole nother story. March 1st. On the podcast, I will announce a winner drawn at random. So it's a $50 gift card of your choosing after I draw a winner. This is iTunes or Apple Podcast exclusive. I'm sorry, everybody else. It's just how this needs to roll. If you write a review, doesn't have to be positive. Would be cool if you did. So everybody that writes a review on Apple Podcasts for the Pound This podcast, up until the point of me drawing a winner at random on March 1st is in the drawing. And then on March 1st, I'll be like, hey, it's this person. You have to listen to this podcast to get a winner. And then I can give you a $50 gift card of your choosing to write a review on an Apple Podcast. It feels like I'm not great at explaining that. Did you understand what was happening?
Yeah, you got to leave a review, hopefully a nice one, in order to get entered.
Yes.
But you got to do it before March 1st.
Correct.
Or else you out.
Yeah. All right. Sweet.
Please be nice. Be kind.
Yeah. Right. Everybody is very kind though. So
feel free to give me a shout out.
You did get a shout out on one of the reviews. I sent it to you.
I know. I feel famous.
Yeah. It's for me, it's like such a good like reminder where I get into my own head of like, oh God, you know, does this podcast suck? I should be more like, I should do more of this kind of content, and I'll just like tear myself apart of like what I should be doing or what I can do. And then I'll read some of these reviews and be like, oh my God, it actually helps people.
Oh my
I'm like,
God.
okay, that's why I'm doing this.
You're like ugly crying.
I mean, I do like, and same thing. If I get like DMs on Instagram, like saying those kinds of things of like, you know, that this podcast has helped somebody or whatever, like I will screenshot it and I save it in a folder in my phone. So when I'm having those like dark spiral depression days, I'm like, you know, you're not like this turd of a human being. You're actually making a difference in some way. Like maybe you should read a reminder and, you know, stop beating the shit out of yourself, Amanda.
God.
It's helpful.
For real. God, if you're ever feeling like a turd of a human being, let me know.
Oh my God.
I'll be sending you nice text messages.
It happens a lot. Do you know what I started doing for a while and I kind of got down on that was, and I thought I would stick to this more. Maybe this is my reminder to stick to us more. When I have those moments where I am beating myself up and kind of going in, as Brene Brown would say, a shame spiral. And really just being mean to myself, which I can really go into. I would say that it's been better now that I've been on antidepressants and working through like depression. It's definitely better than it was several months ago. But when I do, what I was trying to do for a while is text myself what I need to hear in that moment. So if I'm like, no, you're a good person. You try to help people. Like, of like things that I'm like, I wish someone would tell me that like, you're pretty, like things like that of like, what do I need to hear right now? If I heard this, it would kind of snap me out of this mood and then text it to myself. And I don't know, just kind of write it. It's almost like journaling kind of made me feel better. Mm-hmm. But then I, just like anything else of like, oh, I'm going to lose weight, and you're on the train for 2 weeks. And then like, you find yourself like, oh God, how come I stopped doing that 3 weeks ago? Just the same thing as everything, and trying to rein myself back. And even like last night, I was sitting here where I'm at now in my like spare bedroom / podcast studio / workout room. And I like looked up and I just had clothes thrown. Do you ever do this thing? I don't know if it's just because of my like weight loss experience or not, of like just putting on clothes and I'm like, ugh, I just feel so uncomfortable with it. Like I just feel gross in it, even though it probably looks fine. And I just rip it off and just keep on putting on clothes until something feels comfortable or I feel confident in it. And instead of hanging all those clothes up, I'll just, because I'm in this like, almost like a binge, like a fever, and I'll just throw it everywhere and it'll just be chaos. And I did that this weekend. And so I was sitting here and I was just looking at piles of clothes on like this theater chair that I have that actually, fun fact, from a theater that I used to do improv in Denver. They renovated it and I like bought one of the chairs for $5. And so that was full of clothes, and I have a couch in here, and it was just chaos in here. And I looked up and I'm like, this is what my brain feels like right now. It just feels just like crazy. It just feels chaotic, things thrown everywhere. And I'm like, okay, I'm in one of those moments. I'm like, all right, well, this is an opportunity for me to make a choice. You going to clean it up? Like, this is a good time to like sit here and be like, okay, well, restart, just kind of the whole thing of like, oh, well, I just went and ate a family pack of Doritos every day this week. I'm off. So here's my wake up call. Do I redirect and start over again? Or do I just keep living in the chaos? And I'm like, even though I didn't feel like it, cause it was like 10 o'clock at night last night, I'm like, get up and clean up the damn clothes. Like, it'll make you feel better. It makes your brain feel less nuts. Like, why not? Like, this is the opportunity to reset. And so I did. And I just I put everything away, and it just feels calmer today. And I just feel like it's those where that's never going to completely go away. But I think it's the moment of catching myself of like, I'm living in chaos right now, or I'm off the wagon and I'm eating and treating myself in ways that I don't want to. And it's like, okay, I caught it. I see it. Now I have a choice to redirect it or keep going. And like now, I mean, in the moment, I'm like, I don't feel like cleaning up all this clothes right now. I just want to go to bed. Right. And I did it and I feel better. And I think it's the same thing of like, no, I'll just try to get out of this binge phase. Does that make sense? Or is this just going on in my chaotic head?
No, because it's like, for me, I can either like sit in that feeling of like feeling chaotic or crazy, or I can make a healthy decision that I know will get me out of that. And sometimes it's just like, it is harder to pull yourself out of it. It's easy to sit in it.
Oh yeah. So even though it's like you just keep stabbing yourself and you're just like, why am I putting myself in pain? But sometimes you'll just choose to sit in the pain than to fix it, even though it could just be a 5-minute fix. It literally took me like under 10 minutes to clean up all the clothes. And I'm like, why did that feel so hard? Like, why did it feel so overwhelming? It was 10 minutes and I feel better. Of just the same thing of like exercise, where you'll put yourself in a spin for 3 damn hours of, do I want to change into gym clothes? And do I want to, actually work out? And you'll spend so much time spinning and feeling bad about it instead of just doing the damn thing and a half hour later feel great.
Yeah,
why do we do that?
I don't know. I get so frustrated because I'm like, I've been in therapy a million years. I know ways to like pull myself out of things. I know ways to like help my mental health, but yet I'll still like stay in these negative headspaces and like allow myself to spiral instead of using the coping skills that I have.
Yeah.
So yeah,
It's hard. It's work.
it is. Yeah.
Just like I was having a conversation yesterday of just the weight loss journey in general. Or just a journey, like it doesn't even necessarily have to be weight loss, of just getting healthier. It's so freaking hard. It is so hard, and it's such a mind game. But it's like either, like how do you choose to feel? Again, it's like showing up for yourself of like, yeah, it's not pretty to the days you don't feel like it to stay consistent. But ultimately, it feels just like cleaning up my room yesterday. Like ultimately, if I just commit to it and get through those points, it ultimately feels better. You feel more proud of yourself. It gives you more motivation to keep going because you push through this really gross time of it. But it's so freaking hard. And I don't know anybody that has ever tried to like live a healthier lifestyle, that has lived an unhealthy lifestyle, that has not felt any of those feelings and not either gotten completely derailed by it, which it feels like we all have at some point, and probably multiple times. I don't know anybody that's just kind of like, oh, I'm going to make this change and like smooth sailing from here. I'm never going to feel like crap again. It's so easy. It's like,
that's why I get so frustrated with people from the outside, because I think in their minds it is easy. They're like, why are these fat people not just making these choices? And it's like, no, it's actually really fucking hard.
Yeah, it's not just, it's so much more than eat less.
It's also mental. It's
Yeah. And especially over the past year that we had of like,
oh Lord.
Yeah. Of just how, food does feel like something you can control in a completely chaotic world. And it's something that gives you comfort and pleasure. And I don't know how we could shame anybody for going to that sort of coping mechanism over the past year that we've had.
Yeah, dude.
And so that's where I just feel like I haven't really seen too much of this message, but I'm sure more of it exists of just kind of like, you can't use it as an excuse. And come on, like you just think of like the classic sort of trainer vibe of like, come on, girl, just like get up and get over it. And I'm like, oh man, well, you must not experience the world the way I experienced it then.
Yeah. Well, and I had a client yesterday who, I've had a ton of clients actually experiencing like hair loss because of stress.
Oh no.
And I was like talking to her and I was like, I think that at this point, this all feels so normal that we're forgetting that we're living through a global pandemic.
Yeah.
Like something that a lot of people will not live through and will not experience. And we're forgetting how freaking stressful it is. And this is our body's response. So it's like we're underestimating how freaking stressful the time that we're living in is. And we just need to like give ourselves some grace and love ourselves because it's crazy.
Yeah,
it's
dude.
nuts.
I've had the losing my hair from stress once in my life, and it's scary. Like it was.
Yeah, you think you're gonna go bald?
Yeah, I mean, it was a new job that I took, and I was just all the stress was on myself. And yeah, like I would take a shower and just clumps of my hair would come out, and I'm like, oh my God, it's scary. I feel bad for anybody experiencing that because it just feels like it feels so out of control. And being such a control
you can't
freak.
stop it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like you can like help your stress level, but it's like you can't literally stop your hair from falling out.
Yeah.
It's like your body's response to the stress. So, and it's like it's gonna get better, it's gonna come back. This isn't a permanent thing, but it's freaking scary. It's awful.
So how has the past week been for you? Have you been having a good week, feeling good?
Not really, but
no.
I'm hoping that the sunshine the next like 2 days is gonna help.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just excited for like warmer weather and being able to actually like go for a walk. Because as much as like I love the bike that I bought, but for like a lot of times for me, it's like I need fresh air and sunshine to like get out of a funk. So I'm hoping that helps.
Yeah, I feel like, I kind of was in a funk all day yesterday. And that this morning, taking Beasley out for a walk, it's like sun's out and it's warmer outside and there's like birds chirping and it just kind of felt like spring, like the very beginning stages of spring. And I was like, oh, this just feels so much better of like, oh my, again, it's not a cure all, but I'm like, man, it makes such a freaking difference.
It does. Like, it doesn't seem like it should make that big a difference, but I'm like between how cold it was. And then I was hella stressed about the snow because of my freaking driveway.
And you
And
got stuck in the snow at the gym.
yeah, I'm just like, good Lord. Like, snow is fun when you're a child, but when you're an adult, it's not fun. Like, you have to leave the house, you have to drive, like, it's a problem. So yeah, between my driveway and then I literally did get stuck in the snow going to the gym, just like that was stressing me out way more than it should have. So I'm like so hyped. I'm off work the next 2 days and it's supposed to be beautiful. And
I get to see you at work. You're doing my hair again.
I know, on Friday.
I know.
I'm so excited.
So yeah, so I was even looking up pictures of, because I talked about like going like more of like a frosty blonde or something, and I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm game for whatever.
Well, text me some of those pics, girl. I already have been in my mind thinking about it.
Ooh, what are you gonna do to it?
I told my client, one of my clients, I was like, "You guys have no idea how much time I spend thinking about your hair when you're not here."
But that's an awesome thing. That's why you're good at what you do.
I know. I was like literally, you guys have no idea. Like, that's how much I love you. Like, I spend hours and hours thinking about how I can make your hair better, and you're not even sitting in my chair.
Well, and like we talked about too, I mean, this is exciting for me too, but for you, that this will be the first time you're doing my hair when it's like light outside. So we can like have like photo shoot, like I'm just like slow-mo swing my hair.
Yeah, I hate it because we don't really have a good photo setup like for when it's nighttime at work. It drives me crazy.
You just need a ring light, dude.
Well, we have a freaking ring light, but let me show you where it's at when you come in.
Well, I was going to bring like my own little backgrounds and stuff because we talked about that, how you don't have, you know, a cool little setup. And there was a salon that I went to, which I don't remember the name, in Nashville, whenever I won a CMA award. And so, I mean, by being like a national TV and winning a CMA award, like I went all out, you know, freaking gown, got my hair and my makeup done. So this place I went in Nashville to do my hair and makeup, they had like it was just in like a stairwell. So it wasn't like it was the most well-lit place either, but it had 3 different backgrounds on the wall and a ring light. And you just get there and they would use their own phone and then my phone to take pictures. And they look freaking bomb. Like they're like some of the like best pictures of me. I'm like, one, because somebody else did my damn hair and makeup. I can't do my own makeup. And just like the background just makes it pop and you just look like just hot. And I'm like, damn, like all it was like poster board with like glitter glued onto it. Or like a glitter poster board. And I'm like, I'll go buy those and bring them in.
Well, I would buy them. I'm like, trust me, that's on the list of things that could make my salon so much better. And I swear to God, I'm going to be like, it sucks because COVID's going on. So like, I'm not trying to bother corporate or anything, but when things are semi-normal, I'm going to be like, this is what we need. Can we have it?
I mean, what if you just did it? What would they do?
I don't know, because it's like kind of like redecorating. So
but what if you just had them handy? Like if I bring them in and leave them with you and you just kind of like keep them in a closet. And if you want to take somebody's glam shot with it, then just pull it out, hang it on the wall yourself, take the picture and then put it away.
The issue is what wall we're going to use. Like I'll show you when we're at the salon. Like there's not really a great setup. Like that's why I wish they would do it up front where the windows are because the salon is dark. Like it's just like, there's not a great setup. I'll show you. Because I've already, like me and another stylist, we have like ideas for it, but I don't know. It's just frustrating. So
yeah, because I feel like as a client, obviously I've never done hair. God, that is something I will never do. I have no talent in doing it. Just even trying to like buzz Mike's head, I'm like terrible at it and like pull his hair.
Would you please just tell me when Mike needs a haircut?
Right now, very badly.
Okay, well then freaking invite me over and I will come over with my clippers.
You are welcome to come over anytime because it's looking awful. It looks terrible. It looks really bad. Because he's had like one haircut since last March and it was me and I did a bad job.
Okay, well, you have your friend Shan who does hair.
But like what I was going to say with that though is just like as a client, when you get your hair done, you just like your confidence level goes up so much. You're just like, I feel good. Like you just feel like at least I do. Like when you go a long time without having it done, which I feel like a lot of people did in COVID, of like you just feel scuzzier. Like you just feel refreshed when you just have like you're just lighter because you just chopped off some of your freaking hair. And so like to have that like also that, hey, we're going to take some bomb ass photos of you while you're feeling yourself. Like, I think is super important. Like it just like that salon in Nashville, like that will forever be ingrained in my head because I'm like, I felt like a hot bitch after I took those photos. Like I felt good anyway because I did my hair and makeup, but those pictures were just kind of like, damn, that's me. Ooh, ooh. Like it just feels like makes so much sense for a salon, because I think that's what's amazing about what you do too, is like, you know, people come in, you're frustrated with your hair or whatever, and you leave just like you just help people like feel good about themselves. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, dude. That's part of why I love it. So, because I can literally feel people's energy change from like when they come in to when they leave, or even sometimes like just after getting a shampoo, their like mood changes. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, you're going to get your fingers in my hair in a couple days.
Oh my God. I'm going to scrub that scalp.
Oh, do that vocal fry.
Oh my God. And you're going to be like moaning while I'm scrubbing your scalp.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God. I had a client yesterday. He was like, the last time I came in, I went home to my wife and I said, I don't want you to be mad at me or my stylist, but she gives a real good scalp massage. And I was like, oh my God, this is weird. I was like, is your wife going to come murder me? This is a lot.
Here's a book for you to hold.
Thank God they wear a cape. That's all I have to say.
Oh, no. That's had to have happened, right?
Oh, you know. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, I've just never had a guy say something like that to me. I was like, too bad you ain't single, bro. I straight up said to him, I was like, and I'm over here single. Like, you can get a free scalp massage and a free haircut from me for life.
Oh my God.
For life.
I hope he left you a fat tip. No, that's a no.
Not a big enough tip for how he's describing my scalp massage. Shoot.
Oh my God, I didn't realize that I could get my hair done and have a happy ending.
Yeah, and it doesn't require much work on my part, so I'm down.
How's your hair school review?
Yeah, God. The things that they don't tell you about in hair school.
Oh my, this just life in general. The things they don't tell you about. With
that's
everything.
a surprise. Okay. Maybe would have gone down a different path.
If you're going to interact with humans, get ready for some wild things to happen.
Dude, sometimes I'm like, why did I pick a career that involves people constantly?
I feel like anybody in any sort of customer service feels that way.
Yeah. I'm like, I have such a love-hate relationship with it. So.
Yeah, I mean,
because I need the human interaction, and I have some really freaking awesome clients, but sometimes I'm like, where do these people come from?
Yeah. I mean, just even working in radio forever, like you don't, it's weird interactions because a lot of time you're just alone in a studio by yourself, but then you're also doing a lot of events where you're with people. And even then, like overall, it's just like amazing. But then there's just like some few people that like are either creepy or really pushy, and you're just like, ugh. Yeah, it's like, but I think that the good people outweigh
for sure
the handful of other people where you're like, wow, why am I doing this?
I know. Yeah. Because otherwise I wouldn't do it. But I've got so many freaking clients who I love to death. So
outside of that, so the next week, planning on doing some outdoor activities, some walks. Has your food been doing well?
It's been okay. I struggled with binging this past week. But it's not like out of control like it was before, but it still is frustrating because I know I can do better. But it's just like I've been in a weird headspace. So yeah, trying to like pull myself out of that and like prevent myself from binging is big. So
yeah, that is an obstacle. That's freaking hard. But yeah, hopefully the warmer weather and sunshine, at least here in Cincinnati, changes the vibe and have a good next week.
I hope so.
I think it will. Positive.
I know.
vibes.
I'm just so excited to be outdoors.
I know. It is exciting. Like,
I know.
If anybody listening to this lives in a place or a climate where it's easier to go into nicer weather, which is Cincinnati isn't the worst either.
No, it's really not that bad.
No, it's just, but it's like something that you take for granted, especially like if you think summertime, like you have so many days of nice weather and it just becomes the norm until like then you have like 7 days of gray and sleet. Then you're like, I didn't realize this was going to crush my spirit so much.
I didn't believe it was going to kill me inside.
Yeah, right.
Oh, God.
Well, positive vibes for the next week. And then I know you got to get to the gym, and I will see you when you get your fingers in my hair, and I will moan during our.
Oh my God, I can't wait.
We'll have to make some Instagram stories of just
Oh my God,
moaning while you're doing my
hair. Okay, yes, okay. I'm so down.
Okay, so the day this podcast comes out is the day that I'm getting my hair done. So if you're listening to this on Friday, make sure you're following me on Instagram at You Can Pound This.
We're going to do weird stuff.
I know. I'm not sure if your salon will enjoy me tagging them in
they
this
will.
journey.
They'll love it. They put up with me, so they'll be like, we're not surprised that they're friends.
Like, wow, thanks, Amanda, for coming into our salon and making it creepy.
Like, we were not expecting
They're
that.
either going to be like, come back often, or
this is a trial.
Like, here's a coupon for Great Clips.
We can't have you back, actually. You're on our no booking list.
You're that creepy customer, okay?
Yeah,
like out of the handful, it's you.
We have your picture up front. If this woman enters, call 911.
Oh my God, this sounds like a dare. I'm excited. All right, well, have a good workout, and I'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.
AmandaValentineBites.com